Hey lovelies, I'm back with another one, and we're going to be doing a Christmas collab with my girl ShayRenee. So after you watch this video, make sure you go check out hers, her channel, her video. Her links will be in the description bar, so go ahead and look out for those. We are about to get on FaceTime and we're going to spin a wheel because we gave ourselves some choices. Now, whatever it lands on for me, she's not going to know, and whatever it lands on for her, I'm not gonna know because it's gonna be a surprise. Then we're gonna discuss on FaceTime like colors, details, all of that we would like to see in the work that we got going on that we're gonna make. Now she's primarily sewing something for me and I'm gonna primarily crochet something for her, and we're gonna know what we get once we exchange our gifts on. It was gonna be a little bit before Christmas. What we're gonna do on FaceTime is spin the wheel, ask each other some questions. So with that being said, she's calling me now, so let's get into it.
Lovelies, you do not understand how annoyed I am to not have the audio for these clips. But anyways, we just got on, we greeted each other, and then we started discussing our choices, just going over them again. And then we were trying to figure out what colors and all of that stuff that we would want based on whatever we may get. So we decided to spin the wheel, and you know, the anticipation is just like, oh, what are we gonna get? And I knew I didn't want to do anything that I've already been doing. So getting the crochet necktie scared me to my core, but I was excited to do it for sure, for sure. So now she's spinning hers and we're just like, what are we getting? I don't know why I'm like waiting as if she's going to tell me what it rolled on. And I'm like I'm nervous and stuff like that because I don't know what she got. And so now it's my turn to roll again. And of course, I get the ruffle bucket hat. But the way she wanted her ruffle bucket hat was different than the way I usually make it. She wanted them extreme ruffles. And I do slight ruffles. I don't like all of that like gathered up ruffles. But that's what she wanted. And it ended up turning out really cute. I may have to do that again. Anyways, I'm just typing all of the colors and the ideas that she said she likes, characters, all of that. And I'm like, this will give me a better like idea of what direction I may want to go into, just knowing some things that she likes and don't like. And that way I could make a gift that may be perfect for her. So it's time to start designing, and I knew I wanted to be real creative with this necktie, so I started off with that first. I got my colors off of Michael's based on the thread and yarn that they had, and then I was like, we're gonna go yarn and thread shopping immediately.
I'm walking to Hobby Lobby now. Alright, so far this is what I have in the cart. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a swirl, a checker print, maybe even a plaid like type print, and then I'll do this as the ruffle brim. Hopefully this is enough. If not, then I'll add one of these to it to seal it off. For the tie, I'm thinking I'm gonna do these and then go to Michael's and see what they have, because I mean these are light, but I don't really want to work with something so thin. So I'm in Michael's and I see these are light 3, and I was going to get the Aunt Lydia's in the classic 3 though, because the classic 3 is thicker. So I came up with this little concoction from the picture that I showed y'all, but they don't have the metallic in the same, you know, this one is lace and this one is super fine, so it's gonna be a little bit off. So I was like, okay, then I was gonna do a granny square version, and I see these are colors that I prefer. So I was like, maybe I'll do this. I'm just going to change my design, the colors of my design. I'm still going to do the sunflower, but I'm just going to change the color of the designs. And I think I'm going with these yarns. So we're going to leave out with these because this is what I based the color off of. I based it off of this one here. But in store is very muted compared to online. So yeah. We're gonna go with this. I'm gonna draft something up to make this work, and we're done. Hey lovelies, we're back. It is time to show you what I got from Hobby Lobby and Michael's. So let's start out with Hobby Lobby because that's where y'all saw I went first. From Hobby Lobby, We got this yarn here. It is so pretty. I like to turn the label so you get an idea of what I got. All of them is I love cotton besides one. So this color is Dove. This one is Amethyst. It's a darker purple. This one is Orchard. It looks like lilac to me, but it's Orchard. Now I got that color scheme because I saw this. Is the color scheme. So imagine all three of these. I'm struggling so hard. Okay, so my idea for this is, oh, let me do the whole. Now for my Michaels, I'm a little annoyed because I purchased yarn that I already had, so I did not have to repurchase these yarns, but I got this Simply Soft by Loops and Threads. This is in a color Snow. I already know the color, like I said, I got it already, and I realized I got it because I've been doing my little mock-ups with it. So already had it at the house, but because I forgot I had this. I also purchased Pink Pearl. Had another one at home. And this one is like a full one, like barely used one. So I really didn't need to purchase this. Wasting money, wasting money. And this is what I tried doing my mock-up. So I mean, like, it's coming as folding. So I gotta figure out, I don't know if it's the yarn that I'm using or my tension. We gotta figure this out. Then I purchased, this is in the color Banana. And this is in the color Jet. And I purchased this because they don't have like no tones like this color and a lot of yarn. And this is the color Gold. This is a lace yarn, size 0. So I gotta figure something out.
So you already know how to switch up the design a little bit based off the colors and yarn that I found in Hobby Lobby. So I decided to go with this. So I already had a gauge, which you saw already, with the yarn that I had extra of at home, that white yarn. And I just put that in Stitch Fiddle along with my design that I made in Procreate and basically started working on my chart.
So we have all of our yarn that we're gonna make bobbins out of. I decided to use the yarn that I already have since they're the same color. Might as well just use it. Anyways, we're gonna make some bobbins. So I basically just take my yarn, wrap it around. I'm going to chain 2. And then I like to work in the back loops. So I'm gonna turn it over and do 2 in here. So far I have 1, 2. So that's this row right here. And we turn our work. And I'm gonna put 2 single crochets. And then in the next stitch, 2 single crochets. Turn my work. I'm doing 2 single crochets. In the same stitch. Two single crochets in the next stitches. Then 2 single crochets in this. On my work.
and repeat. So basically I'm gonna do 2 single crochets in the first stitch and do a single crochet in each stitch until I get to the last stitch, and I'll put 2 single crochets in the last stitch. I'm gonna do this same thing for each row, even when I get up to my color changing row, until I don't have to make any more increases and my work just levels out, and I just go back and forth with just putting a single crochet in each stitch only. Color change. So I'm gonna take my yarn. This is the back of it. See, this is where I messed up. That yarn that's hanging down, I'm trying to figure out which side is the front and the back. That yarn should have been towards the back. This is what caused me to work the chart flipped, and I did not notice it until I got really further along in the chart. That's the crazy part about it. I was really working up this sunflower and doing my thing, and I did not notice up until I got to the butterfly, for real, for real. So yeah, which at first it wouldn't have made a difference, because the way I was working this out was basically like you could flip it both sides, will look nice and neat, but whole chart flipped. I mean, I'm gonna realize it towards the end, and I'm definitely gonna voice that in this video, but yeah, you crochet and you learn. Wait, so I know what messed me up. So basically, because when I started my tie, I did not start it based off the chart. I started it with my 2 single crochets first, and then I went into the chart. So yes, I must have been working on an odd number, but basically, no, was I? No, I was working on an even number, so it should have went to the back regardless. I don't know, I was bugging. Let me tell you, I was bugging. Anyways, it still worked out in the end, so I'm not even mad at it. But anyways, I just slowed down so y'all can see my color change, and it's really hard to see it. Anyways, good thing this is not a tutorial and it's just like a crochet with me vlog, because it is so hard to film yourself crocheting, because I'm not looking through the camera. I don't see the camera going in and out of focus, and I'm not in frame. I'm looking at myself crochet to make sure I'm going in my stitches, I'm doing what I need to do. But anyways, I'm just trying to give y'all a glimpse of how I'm making my color changes and going about this, carrying my yarn or just adding a new yarn to what I'm already doing. But for the most part, yeah, I'm gonna speed up after this whole color change, because everything is pretty much repetitive through this whole chart. Like once you do your color change, you're good to go. All you're doing is just following the chart. Everything gets repetitive. Now the only time things switch up is when you're ready to do your decreases. So with a necktie, it does go from small to wide to small again. Like it slightly shifts in size, smaller, so that you can now like wrap it and it makes like a nice little knot around the neck. So I'm using a regular necktie just to get an idea of how to size down my work. I would recommend that for you. There's probably tutorials on just doing a regular necktie. You could go off of that and then do whatever graph you want based off of how they size down in their tutorial. But there are tutorials on how to do a necktie. As you can see, it's time for my next color change, and I'm basically making a bobbin because I'm doubling these strands. So this is a thread, so I'm basically doubling a strand so I could get about the same like thickness as the regular yarn that I'm using. With it being doubled up, it still came out a little thicker than the yarn that I was using, but it still worked out.
Okay, so I'm calling it a night. This is how far I've gotten. I pinned it to the tie just to show like how far I got. Basically, this is where I'm at on the chart.
So this is the next morning. I really just be waking up and getting started. I don't even get up out the bed to do anything. I just get up, reach over, and get started. So I decided I'm going to weave in all of those ends because I just wanted that hanging yarn to really be out of my way. Sometimes it could get in your way while you're crocheting. And I was like, oh, let me show y'all guys how I weave in my ends. And basically I go through one row, back through that row, then another row, and I find that this holds the ends in really well and it doesn't come out through laundering and just wearing wear and tear. But I still haven't figured out how to weave in my ends so that it don't mess up with granny squares. But anyways, with this being said, I only weave in the color, the ends based on the color. So that pink, I will weave it in where pink is, and that black, I will weave it in where black is. The same for yellow and the gold. And basically I'm showing you the back and the front. Like, I like my work to look the same on the back and the front for the most part. Like, you can't tell the difference which was the back, which was the front. So now that the ends is weaving, I got back to crochet, and that's when I realized like this is not gonna reach the height that I needed to reach. So I went ahead and started designing some more length and height, and that's when I came up with the whole butterfly thing. Went back to Stitch Fiddle, got to work, and now I have more of a chart. It's a new day and I started working on that.
So, new day. I'm about to unravel all of this progress that I have made so far. I've been revising the chart over and over so it could like be more legible. And if this butterfly, this revised one that I did, don't look like a butterfly, I created a chart that looks like a sunflower. So the sunflower will be going there. This one, sunflower, we're gonna use it. Okay, I done redid this butterfly like mad times. Okay, I'll post pictures. This should be the final. It looks like the wings is the way I want it to be. Like on here, it's not doing this, like that separation. So hopefully we're at it again. We gonna get it right. So this is the progress we made, and this is the height that I want. Hopefully that looks like a butterfly. I hope I fixed it, that it still looks like a butterfly, because now I'm looking at it, I'm like, the other one kind of looked like a butterfly. Does it still look like a butterfly? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so I gotta just figure out how to decrease it, because I want it to be like, you know, the wraparound part here, and then we keep going and da 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 da. So I gotta figure that out. Okay, I have to see how much length it is around the neck here to know where do I stop. We don't know where it's gonna sit around her neck, so we want to give some give. And then, so let me loosen this up a bit, and we're gonna go accordingly to this, because that way it allows her to get it over her head. Yeah, she can still get it over her head. So we'll put a pin in it and we're gonna stop here. So the tie is still gonna be very much so. So this is how far I got. And here's my issue. Right here, I did a decrease. You could clearly see the decrease, but as you can also see, like, it's curving. And I have no idea. And I did a decrease on both sides. A decrease here, this decrease here. And this side is just curving more. I have no idea what's going on. But I'm about to do another decrease. I also did have double crochets right here so that it can help even it out, which is straight at the top now. Like, it goes straight across, because before you could see it dipping on this side. But it's just like I was trying to avoid doing a border, so I wanted it to look like this without no border. But I think I'm gonna have to do a border because Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna do a decrease here, no decrease, and then a decrease on the next row and see how that works out.
So basically on my next row, I would decrease in the beginning, but I won't decrease in the end. And then the following rows after that would be no decreases at all. I would just be working into each stitch. So basically I finished that row, I turned my work and I'm doing my decrease. So I did one stitch in the first stitch and then I did my decrease in the second and third stitch. So I combined the second and third stitch to make my decrease, and then I worked that row with a stitch in each stitch. No decrease at the end. I hope that makes sense.
This is the base. So let's see how much I can get done before the night is up, and it is 7:37. I'm already halfway there. As you can see, I marked the halfway point, and unfortunately I feel like I'm going to have to do a single crochet border around this, just for the simple fact I want it to look like neat around the edges. And if you haven't noticed, this is the wrong side of the work. This is the right side. You see, they're on opposite sides. It's supposed to be the same way. The same way I'm looking at it is the same way. Boom. Because down here, and I'm not working it like line to line to boom to boom, I didn't realize that I was starting a color change in the wrong spot, and that caused me to work the chart backwards, like flipped. Nobody noticed that it is besides me and my husband, but I had to like do the chart and like move stuff around just so it could look better for this side. Anyways, let's see how far I get.
Even like the butterfly antennas, it looks cleaner on what is considered the wrong side more than it does on the side that I'm considering it to be the right side, like the side that everybody is going to be visually seeing. So it says a lot, but this is a live and learn moment. I'm going to keep saying that.
Woke up a little bit earlier this morning and started weaving in all the ends that you saw back here. I still got some more to do, but this is the most tedious part, weaving in these ends and just working this up is absolutely draining me. But hopefully I can knock it out today. I thought I would have been able to knock it out yesterday, but it is what it is. I got this far. Okay. So I'm curious to see how this will tie, if it will actually tie. There's a lot of color going on. Hold on. You feel me? But anyways, it ties. It look nice, but not look nice. I just wonder if she knows how to tie it. Is she going to know how to tie a regular tie? And I won't know until she gets her tie. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish what needs to be finished. Let's see how much longer I have to go. Maybe like 10 inches. I'm gonna come back like 8 inches longer, because you know we still gotta do the decreasing. So we'll see. I started changing colors and stuff like that, and I realized I went and tied the tie like, bro, I'm here. I'm at my destination. And I have to still do the triangle, right? So because I'm so close, and I want to end it with pink because I started it with pink, I want to end it with pink, I'm going to take out a few more rows. So I'm going to take it out until here. I'm still going to add the gold. I'm going to still do the black. I'm going to do an increase. And then I'm going to switch over to the pink. And I'm ending it with the pink. And be done. Well, I won't be completely done because I still got to do the black border all the way around. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. Okay. So the tie looks great, but I want it to be shorter. So I want the tie to reach the belly button because that gives more feminine, right? I'm finna take all of these rows out. Every single one of them. I think low-key because it's just getting on my nerves at this point. But anyways, let's go do it over again. What is this, the third or fourth time? What? Let's go.
Hey! Make prolific confessions into the master plan. I feel like they will never let me shine. What do you need to say that feels so grand? Why is yours so much better than mine? I gotta wait in line for you to feel me. I got to hold my time for the healing. I got to take a back seat. Are you kidding? I got to grab my chance cause it's fleeting. Cause
this is how far I got. I'm gonna keep decreasing.
this just feels like yesterday. This just feels like yesterday.
So I put on a black shirt because we need a solid color to go up against this tie with a collar to see how it wraps.
Like that. You feel me? Nah, for real, do you feel me? Like, it is still, like, you know, the height that it needs to be. And guess what? This stops right at my belly button. So, I'm feeling this. I did it. I freaking did it, bro. You can't tell me I didn't do it, because I did it. Like, with my pecs and all. Okay, where's my bra? Let's get bra. Let's give breast. All right. Giving talk to me nice, you know? All you really gonna be seeing is the butterfly for real. Like, it's cool. It's cool. She could always wear it on the outside too. So I'm glad I put the butterfly up there. I don't know how her suit jacket is cut or whatever she got going on. So this, I found this somewhere from where I was working somewhere. So yeah, we're not going to even speak on it. But I'm going to weave in these ends tonight, do the border tomorrow, you know, be ready to give to her. But I still got to do the head. Today we'll be working on the border because we finished. So now we got to weave in these ends. And then we got to do the border. Like, I'm so freaking excited. I think I'm gonna start over here first with the, actually I'm gonna do here with the weaving in the ends, get this done and over with, figure this out. I'll always take it back out, but I'm trying to figure out which way do I do this single crochet without. Okay, so yeah, that's the right way. Okay, cool. I figured it out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. I'm gonna weave in these ends and then I'm gonna come back with doing the border. Right here, you see my nail? It broke into the piece. I had to cut it really short. But anyways, when your nail is like shorter than what it normally is, does that bother you? Because it bothers me. Like, it bothers me. Anyway, let me weave in these ends and I'll be back. So I want to weave in all of these ends, but I really just don't feel like it. So I just keep seeing this, and I know I got the ends of this to weave in as well. So I think I'm just going to do the border and then weave in the ends later. Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I have switched the yarn to gold, and I did that because I did it with black and I just wasn't feeling with black. It was too dark with black going around this bottom part, so I just switched it with gold. I wish I showed y'all what it looked like with the black, but I already switched it with gold because I just wanted to see what it would look like. And yeah, I prefer it with gold, so that's what we doing now. Just wanted to come with that little update real quick. So now I'm carrying my black yarn with me. Okay, so the tie is done. The tie is done. It got its border and stuff on there. Like it's done. So all I have left to do is weave in these ends. So I'm gonna do that right now. And then get to the hat. I'm so excited for the hat. I'm so excited for the hat. Okay, so we're finished with this tie. I tied it up. You see that it comes to my belly button, and that's where we want it. So for her, she got more boobs, so it should like stop above her belly button. Yeah, it's customizable, the length. That's why I did like a regular necktie instead of me doing like a pre-tied necktie. But yeah, it looks good so far. And we gotta just put the tag in the bag and my logo and stuff on it, and we're done.
But yeah, this is the finished results, and this is part one. Of course, as you already know from the title, if you want to see how I did my tag and logo, that will be in part two with the hat. That will be coming soon. But if you made it this far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and drop a sunflower or a butterfly in the comments and let me know what you think. Check out her videos when it's posted, and I'll put her links in the description bar. And make sure you check out part two. That will be posted soon. But until next time, lovelies, later.